Welcome back to the Real Bio Protocol. You are about to learn about the single most powerful immune-modulating peptide on the planet, one that underground biohackers and functional medicine doctors have been using to completely reverse long COVID symptoms in thousands of patients, while mainstream medicine tells you there is no cure and to just wait it out. Cold open 3 years after the pandemic and millions of people are still suffering. Brain fog so thick they cannot remember their own children's birthdays. Fatigue so crushing they cannot walk to the mailbox. Heart palpitations that make them think they are dying every single night. And what does your doctor say? Rest. Wait. Maybe try antidepressants. Meanwhile, there is a peptide sitting in research labs around the world that has been studied for over 40 years. It has been used by Olympic athletes, by cancer patients in clinical trials, by people with hepatitis and HIV. It has shown the ability to completely rebalance a broken immune system. And the wildest part, it was originally discovered inside your own body. This is Thymosin Alpha-1. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why it works, how people are using it, and why the medical establishment refuses to acknowledge what the science is screaming at them. ACT1 the problem. Let us talk about what long COVID actually is, because your doctor probably cannot explain it. After a viral infection, your immune system is supposed to calm down. The threat is gone. Time to return to baseline. But in millions of people, something went horribly wrong. The immune system stayed stuck in a state of chronic inflammation and dysfunction. Your T cells, the soldiers of your immune system, became exhausted and confused. They stopped responding properly to threats. Some became overactive, attacking your own tissues. Others became underactive, letting dormant viruses reactivate. This is why long COVID looks like 100 different diseases: chronic fatigue, autoimmune symptoms, neurological problems, cardiac issues. It is not one disease, it is immune system chaos. And here is what the medical establishment offers you. Nothing, literally nothing. They will run basic blood tests that come back normal because they are not looking at the right markers. They will tell you it is anxiety. They will prescribe antidepressants. They will send you to specialist after specialist who all shrug and bill your insurance. The average long COVID patient sees 7 doctors before getting any real answers. 7. And most of those answers are just guesses. Meanwhile, the research is clear. We know exactly what is broken. We have studies showing specific immune cell dysfunction. We have data on T-cell exhaustion. We understand the mechanisms. But the solutions, those stay locked in research papers that your doctor will never read. ACT2, the hidden truth here is what they are not telling you. Thymosin Alpha-1 was first isolated from the thymus gland in 1972. The thymus is this small organ behind your breastbone that programs your T cells. It teaches them what to attack and what to leave alone. As you age, your thymus shrinks. It literally turns into fat. By the time you hit 40, it is basically gone. This is called thymic involution, and it is one of the main reasons your immune system gets weaker as you age. Thymosin Alpha-1 is one of the key peptides your thymus produces. It directly modulates T cell function. It helps create new T cells. It balances the ratio between different types of immune cells. And here is where it gets interesting. TA1 has been approved in over 30 countries for treating viral infections and immune deficiencies. It has been used in clinical trials for hepatitis B and C. It has been studied in cancer patients undergoing chemotherapy. It has been given to elderly patients with weakened immune systems. The data is overwhelming. Study after study shows it can rebalance dysfunctional immune responses. One study published in the Journal of Translational Medicine showed that TA1 increased T cell counts by over 40% in immunocompromised patients. Another study in clinical immunology demonstrated it could shift the immune system from an inflammatory state to a regulated state. This is not fringe science. This is published peer-reviewed research from major institutions. But in the United States, not approved. Not studied for long COVID. Not even on the radar. ACT3, the mechanism. Let me explain exactly what Thymosin Alpha-1 does at the cellular level, because this is where it gets fascinating. Your immune system has 2 main modes. Think of them like the gas pedal and the brake pedal in a car. The inflammatory response is the gas. It revs up to fight infections. The regulatory response is the brake. It calms things down after the threat is gone. In long COVID, the gas pedal is stuck. Chronic inflammation everywhere. Cytokines flooding your system. Immune cells attacking tissues they should leave alone. But the brake is also broken. The regulatory T cells that should be calming everything down are exhausted and dysfunctional. TA1 works on both sides simultaneously. First, it activates dendritic cells. These are the commanders of your immune system. They tell other immune cells what to do. When dendritic cells work properly, they can coordinate a balanced immune response. Second, it promotes the maturation of T cells in the thymus. Even in adults with shrunken thymus glands, TA1 can stimulate the remaining thymic tissue to produce new properly programmed T cells. Third, and this is the key, it shifts the balance from Th1 and Th17 inflammatory responses toward Th2 and Treg regulatory responses. It literally reprograms how your immune system behaves. The result is not immunosuppression. You are not shutting down your immune system like steroids do. You are rebalancing it, teaching it how to function properly again. This is why people report that TA1 helps with so many different conditions. It is not treating symptoms. It is fixing the underlying immune dysfunction that causes the symptoms. ACT4 real-world application. So how are people actually using this? The most common protocol for long COVID involves subcutaneous injections of Thymosin Alpha-1 at doses between 1.6 and 3.2 milligrams. Most practitioners recommend injecting 2 to 3 times per week for an initial loading phase of 4 to 6 weeks. After the loading phase, many people transition to maintenance dosing of once or twice weekly. Some continue for 3 to 6 months depending on their response. People tracking their bloodwork report seeing changes within the first few weeks. NK cell activity increases. T cell counts normalize. Inflammatory markers like CRP and IL-6 start dropping. But here is what really matters. The symptoms start improving. Brain fog lifts. Energy returns. Exercise tolerance increases. Heart palpitations decrease. People start feeling like themselves again for the first time in months or years. One functional medicine doctor reported that 70% of his long COVID patients showed significant improvement within 8 weeks on TA1 protocols. 70%, when mainstream medicine offers 0%. The key is working with a knowledgeable practitioner who can monitor your blood work and adjust dosing. This is not something to experiment with blindly. You want to track specific immune markers and adjust based on your individual response. ACT5, the bigger picture, step back and think about what is happening here. Millions of people are suffering from a condition that we understand the mechanisms of. We have a peptide with decades of research showing it can address those exact mechanisms. It is approved in dozens of countries. It has an excellent safety profile. And yet in the United States, people have to go underground to access it. They have to find specialty clinics. They have to fight their insurance companies. They have to become their own researchers and advocates. Who benefits from this system? Not the patients, not the doctors who genuinely want to help, not the researchers who did the work. The people who benefit are the ones who profit from chronic illness, from endless specialist visits, from expensive pharmaceuticals that treat symptoms instead of causes. You deserve better than that. You deserve access to the science. You deserve to know what options exist. You deserve to have real conversations with informed practitioners about what might help you. That is exactly why this channel exists. The science is out there and now you have it. That is why we are here. This is the Real Bio Protocol. If you got value from this video, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe. It is completely free and it takes 2 seconds. We drop new content every single day, so hit that notification bell. See you in the next one. If you enjoyed this upload, do not forget to like and subscribe. And the best part is subscribing is completely free. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Tune in again for the next upload and we will see you then. This has been the Real Bio Protocol.